Hi, this is Rubino from DevilsDigest.com. Over here after Sunday's practice with wide receiver Gary Chambers. And Gary, can you script it any better? First catch for a touchdown at Arizona State. How'd that game?
Oh man, it felt great. It felt good to be able to get out there and kind of give me one. It was definitely an exciting moment. It happened really fast, but it was good.
Now, obviously, I mean, you really had a very solid year. I mean, going all the way back to spring. Did you feel that coming into camp, you were kind of building on the momentum to the spring, and also that solid camp helped you go ahead and have a starting position? And like I said, first catch, first touchdown.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I knew kind of working through the spring and through the fall that I had a lot of work to put in, and I was, kind of pushing myself every day to go hard. So I felt really confident in getting out there and being able to execute anything plays, and it happened to work out.
How nervous were you just before the game and everything, knowing that you're going to be a starter, knowing that you're going to, at least get that first catch out of the way, maybe even a first touchdown?
Yeah, I definitely had a little butterflies. I definitely had a little some nerves, but I mean, overall, this is what we do. This is what I train for. So, I've been training long enough. I was ready to get out there and make a play, and any way I could, whether it was catching the ball, blocking, special teams. So I was a little kind of on edge, but at the same time, I was ready to make it happen.
Now, obviously, first game of the season, there's a lot of cobwebs, a lot of rust you need to knock off just as a whole, as a team, as an offense. I mean, how do you think the team did just for being the first game of the season?
I think we definitely did good. We had a few little things we wanted to fine tune and things we want to change here or there, but it was definitely good to get our feet wet and kind of get out there and get comfortable on the field. We've been playing each other for so long. To see a different opponent kind of helped and kind of just get a flow of the offense and the defense and get out there and get a little bit of work.
How did that game feel differently for you? I mean, obviously, besides getting first ever catch, first ever touchdown, how did that game feel different to you? Just when you look back at your career at ASU and until now, I mean, did that game feel any different just because of your increased responsibility?
Yeah, definitely felt a little different. Just having a bigger role and being out there a little bit longer. Before I was playing, I was mainly blocking or mainly special teams. So now, I mean, when being out there for a little bit longer, I had to kind of adjust, make sure I do everything right every time, because a small mistake for one person can mess up what we're doing as an offense. So it definitely felt a little faster, a little bit more responsibility. But in the end, it was close to what it's normally be,
Yeah. I mean, the offense started a little sluggish in the game. I mean, you guys reviewed the film with the coaches. What do you attribute that to? Was, again, just that, knocking off the rust for the first game? Was it something else?
Yeah, I think that's what I would say. We have a lot of players that are coming in, even including myself, that don't have as much experience as some of the other players. But it was kind of, just going from practice mode to game mode is definitely a big jump in zone, and being able to see a different opponent and kind of everything moving faster and everything kind of being under the big lights. I think we kind of just had to get settled in, and then once we kind of started going back through our assignments, everything kind of became secondhand like we're used to.
So this week you got a game against New Mexico. You're going to be heavily favored, just like you were against Weber State, but this game is on the road. How does your approach change, after what you did against Weber State and now going on the road against a team like New Mexico?
I wouldn't say our approach changes at all. We play every single game. We prepare the same for every single game as if it were the Super Bowl, as if it was the national championship. So we're going to make sure we, watch a lot of film, know the personnel, and know all the looks that we might happen to see, and anything that we might not be ready for that just could possibly happen. We want to make sure we're just prepared as best we can be and go out on the road and be able to play our game.
And specific for yourself, is it something that you need to do different this week against New Mexico that you did not do against Weber State last week?
Yeah, definitely. I think out of everything I did do, I just need to do better. There's always room for improvement. So my blocking could definitely get better because we got so many backs back there. DJ, we all see what he can do, and even Kalen and D-Rich, all of them back there. We know that they can make big plays. So I personally kind of want to work on making sure I cover everybody up and get some movement blocking wise. But besides that, I just kind of want to make sure everything that I did do, just kind of make it that much better for this next game.
And last question, being a local guy, having that first catch ever at ASU, that first touchdown ever at ASU, having the family in the stands had to make it a little extra special.
Yeah, oh man, yeah, it was definitely special. I was able to look up at my mom and dad. My brother was in the stands, and kind of just point at them, kind of like I told my dad, we did it because they've supported me so much, and they've been with me through the whole way ever since I was a little kid. So to finally be able to get out there and score touchdowns like I did it for them, so it was happy. It was a good time.
Okay, Gary, thank you very much. For Gary Chambers, this is Rubino reporting for Devil's Digest.